In the previous video, browsing into the JS folder, we have seen that there are two ways to deal with the JS plugins. The first one is editing the default properties through the data attributes. And the second one would be useful when the first option is not enough. Then you would need to work and edit directly the plugin itself. And this is what we are going to do in this tutorial video. Let's imagine this scenario. You are in a category page, just like this one, and it is required to put any of these products into the first position when the user is browsing the website from a specific country. Just like Ireland, for example. For all the other countries, the list will be displayed in the default order, like this order. So if we go to the category page, we can imagine that, for instance, we would like to have this Dambia product set in the first position of this list. These products, are listed according to an order set in the admin panel. We can check this by going to the admin category panel. The developer plugin will help us to get that in a very easy way. If we click on the developer plugin and we click on manage category, here on products view, and here we have all the products listed in the new arrival category. If we swap the order of these products, so we set poi as the first one, we have it in the second position. So if we move it by drag and drop on the first one, we apply changes, and if we refresh the front end, here we have poi in the first position. This is a nice and easy solution for sorting the products, but would not be enough to complete our requirement because we cannot sort this list by country. So in this case, we need to add some changes in the front end side. The first thing we need to do is to identify the script that retrieves the products from the backend. If we refresh the page, we can see that the products are rendered after the page has been loaded. This would mean that we are getting the products information asynchronously. If we open the DevTools, we select the network XHR tab, and if we refresh again, we can see all these functions that are loaded asynchronously. According to the request URL value, this first function might be related to the CMS. And the second one might be related to the get products info. And this looks like the Ajax call we were looking for. If we click on the preview tab, we can see the information retrieved by this function. We have an object, a filters object and a products object with what it seems that is a list with all the products listed in this page. Like we have poi that is in the first position. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Here we have poi, Josephine, and these are the products that we are listing in this page. Great. Now What we can do is to search for this Ajax call in the theme. So if we copy the function name and we search for it in the theme, okay, here we have the two files that are using this function. And according to the names, the first file might be related to the compare products feature and the second one to the get product info, which sounds like the file that we would need to edit. So let's try. If we edit the file, here on the very top of the file, we can read some comments that will help us to understand the purpose of this plugin. And it says, request the information for products. Yes, it seems that we are on the right path. If we scroll down, we can see that we have the same plugin structure we saw in the browsing into the JS folder tutorial video. We will find a default object with a lot of properties. We have the class definition, and then we have all the methods of this plugin: create filter, create products, and on the very bottom of the file we will have the plugin definition, just like the filter example that we saw in the previous tutorial video. But in our case, we are looking for an Ajax call to get products info function. If we search for it in this file, here we can see an Ajax JavaScript function that is using this string and is storing a value in this other JavaScript variable. So we can keep tracking for the information, and bang, here we have an Ajax call that is using the string that we are looking for. So if we go to the onSuccess function here, and if everything works as expected, we could add our custom code right after the Ajax call has retrieved the product's information. That means here in this part of the code. So if we go to the front end, we open the developer plugin and we enable the uncompiled JS option, we will get all the uncompiled files that will help us to debug in an easier way. So here we have all the files that we are loading, and we will open the CG get product info JS file. That is the one that we were working here. And we agreed that we were going to go to line 483. That is exactly this one. So what we can do is to add a breakpoint here in this line, and we can refresh and see what we get on this point. Okay, let's move this. Here we have the response object with the filters object and the products object that we saw before, with all the products information. So what we can try to do is to swap the order products if the user country is Ireland and if the product is the we agreed that it was going to be the Dumbio one. So if the user is browsing from Ireland, we are going to move this object to the first position of the array. Okay, we will find the product ID for each product in this products object. The country of the current user will be stored in the des object. I already knew this information, but you can confirm it if you check the des options country from user 99. And how do I know which country ID has Ireland assigned? We can check that in the result object. If you do not know how to get the result object, please refer to the developer plugin and bookmarks tutorial video. But we can get that enabling the developer mode all. And if we check the console now, we will see the result object. Here we have it. We go to the console, the result object. And here we have a country list object where we have a list sorted alphabetically with all these countries. And if we check for Ireland, here we have it, 99 is Ireland. Brilliant, we have all that we need. We have the Dombia product ID, which was Dombia product ID, I guess that was this one, yes, ID 39532, and the country ID for Ireland, that is 99. There are many ways to solve this. All I am going to do is to add a for each looping through this response products array and check if the product ID is 39532 and if this option's country from user is 99. In that case, we will move that product to the first element of the array. I guess that will be easier if we code that together. So let's do that in the code. First of all, we are going to go back to the JS and compile because it's going to load faster than getting the all option that is loading too many things that we don't need now. So we're going to work here. We already know that this is the unsuccess of the Ajax call, and we would like to work exactly here when the response products we are sure that it's loaded. So something that we could do is to add a regular JavaScript for each. Something like response dot products dot for each. Let's go with function, and we will check for the element, and we will also need the index of the loop. Okay, here we're going to close the parentheses and let's print and see what we are getting with the element. Okay, we save. And as we are getting the uncompiled, we should get all the products listed. Let's remove the breakpoint. And here we have all the elements. Great. So we can, first of all, check the ID. If element.id is the Dombio one. So in this for each, we will check if element dot id is equal to 39532. So in this case, we will do what we need to do. Just for checking, element .via, we save. Here we have it. Yeah, it's exactly, this is the point where we can get back the breakpoint. And at this point, we are stopping the for each when the element is the .via. Here, not there. Exactly here. Yeah, .via. But this is not the only condition. The other condition was to check that this .options.country from user was 99, right? But as we are inside of the for each, this will not be this that we are looking for. So before getting inside of the for each, let's check this together. At this point, we have the information that we want in this options country from user. That in this case, it is 99 because my user is set in Ireland. But once we are inside of the for each, this will not be longer this anymore. So what we are going to do when we are inside of the for each, this is pointing of the element inside of the for each. So we are going to save this information into a that variable. Let's do this. Here we will create another variable called that, for instance, and we will assign the value of this. So we are going to check that country underscore from underscore user, it is 99. So only in this case is when we want to do all that what we need to do. So let's check this together. In that we have what we had in this, that is totally fine. So at this point, dot options country from user, it is 99. Exactly, this is what we need. So now all that we need to do is to use some JavaScript function. Like, for instance, we can say, we can define another variable like to move as first element. We're going to define this empty variable, and when we reach at this point, we're going to save this element because we are going to remove it. First, we are going to remove it from the array. Products dot splice. Splice will remove the element in the position of I, and we are going to remove only one. If we want to have a look to the splice function, this will remove this element from the array. We can check this together if everything is working fine. Okay, we reach up to this point. In move to as first element, we're going to keep the .via information, because after this splice we will remove .via from the array, and this is what happened. .via is not here anymore. So the last line of code that we will add is the unshift JavaScript function that will set in the first position of the array the information that we have stored here. So let's do that. Response.products.unshift, and we are going to set in the products array, in the first position, we are going to set this element. And that would be enough for what we are needing. Let's try together. We reached the Dambia. We removed Dambia from the array, and now we should set it in the first position. Here we have it. And here we have Dambia in the first position. So how can we test this? If we change the country user, my case, I'm going to set the address to, for instance, United Kingdom. This user address is in United Kingdom. So if I refresh, the country user will not be 99. So Dambia is in this position. If we enable the breakpoint again, we will see that in this case the country from user is not 99, so the if statement will not be true. As we can see, it's 75, that should be United Kingdom, so we will not get into this part of the if. But if we set back again to any of these testing addresses, let's select this one. This is in the breakpoint. Okay, so let's select Dublin. It's already set as the user address. So now country from user will be 99. We will do what we need to do, and we will move Dambia to the first position of the list. Okay, that's great. Of course, you can solve this requirement using the best code you can imagine, but at least now you can see how to add a new feature to any of the skeleton plugin. That's all. Thank you.